Welcome to Just the Guys Podcast.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, they say. That's probably one of the most repeated pieces of advice people hear about success, money, business, or just life in general. But Napoleon Hill quotes Andrew Carnegie saying the exact opposite. He says, put all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. And honestly, that idea goes against almost everything modern culture teaches us today. We're told to multitask, diversify everything, chase multiple identities, stay busy, stay stimulated, keep options open, and constantly pivot. Where's my clip? Hold on, here we go.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket so early in life like I did, Sadie.
Look, Bob, don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay?
This saying warns against putting all your efforts or resources into one thing because if it fails, you'll lose everything. It's like saying, don't risk everything on just one thing, spread your efforts and be safe.
But what if we're not achieving the level of success we want to achieve? It's not because of laziness, but what if it's just simply from the lack of direction? What if people aren't failing because they lack talent, but because they never choose a target clearly enough? Hey guys, welcome to Just the Guys. We are classic men changing the world. And we're continuing with our 16-week journey through the law of success by Napoleon Hill. This is week 2. And we're not just reading a book, we're testing it in real life. We're applying it to our own lives and testing it if these principles still apply in 2026. Now, this week's principle is definite chief aim, and definite chief aim is defined as a carefully chosen, highly specific purpose that serves the dominating thought in a person's consciousness. So we're going to get into this, guys, and talk about this. So guys, how do you feel about this? Like, do you guys feel like you actually have a definite chief aim? Because this is one of those things where, over the course of the week, I'm evaluating myself, and like I feel like I'm purposeless in a sense. So
what is that again?
So, like, do you feel like you have, or before, this week, did you feel like you had a purpose, or you have a purpose, or on that track? Yeah, go ahead,
bro. God damn, you're heroic, bro. We have purpose. Gimpy, you, Captain Robert April has purpose. Bro, the average human being doesn't have purpose, bro. Most people are stupid. They're automatons. Yes, we have purpose, man. But I mean, it's like we're preaching to the choir with this every day, man. Do you really believe that the average person watching this or will watch this has purpose? Come on.
No, I do. And I think it's a level of
you're sadly mistaken, bro.
I think it's what
your boy doesn't even believe that.
You're
sorry. This dude that you're forcing me to read this encyclopedia of 20 pages. Dude, he doesn't even believe that bullshit. He says 95. He even is more cynical than me. He's 9, according to him and his time-tested method, and evident multiple times throughout this second chapter. He references that 95% of the people in his surveys are condemned to failure by his system.
I don't know where you saw that, but I don't know where you saw that, but because what he said was 95% of people are walking around with no purpose.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on. He says that, and I do believe this, right? That if you don't have a purpose for yourself, right, you will be the subject or the object of someone else's purpose.
Yes, yeah, and that's how life should be. Tyrone, please back me up here. That's how life should be. People with no purpose need to be exploited by people with a purpose. Yes,
because he also disagrees with that.
We
have
a
make a purpose. No, again,
cut me off. I wasn't done talking. I wasn't even done talking, but you cut me off. But go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Gimby. You cut me off, but go ahead. Go ahead.
He says that your purpose has to be without causing harm. To have your defined purpose, it can't be that it causes harm to anyone. It has to be one that lifts all, that raises all boats to turn that coin. He literally says it, that the methodology of picking a defined, what the hell is this? The defined purpose or whatever, refined purpose, is so that you're not hurting anyone. You're taking the group of what you call your mastermind group, and all the people are benefiting from it within, because you're not exploiting anyone. Everyone is coming together. He quotes how church and business were coming together in the early 1900s to develop these methodologies. He quotes that if entire communities would follow suit, then there would be no one anywhere who wasn't successful. This is how everyone succeeds and no one loses. If you follow his system and you do it the right way, and you form these alliances of men the way he wants you to form alliances of men, then no one fails. No one needs to be exploited. This system is supposed to benefit everyone if everyone follows it to the letter. That's what he says in this chapter, to make you have to find this stupid defined purpose, write it down, and then give an explanation. Like for me, so the homework that we were supposed to do from his writing, I will create multiple revenue streams that are passive and to live off of and retire without having to work my ass off like I do every day. And the way I plan on accomplishing it, right, the flavor text, is by working with the mastermind ideas, refining them. I will create these passive revenue streams where everyone else is missing them. See, that's what he wants. And now he wants you guys to hold me accountable for this. And now you're all supposed to do the same thing to me, and I'm supposed to hold you accountable to this statement. And then we're supposed to spend the next 15 weeks for adding to this starting point. I'm just saying, like, that's what he wrote. I literally just read it again. And there's not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
There's so
Tyrone, CT wanted you to back him up on the role of people. Do you believe some people are doomed to be in the 95%? Or do you believe people could follow a series of principles, of laws, dare I say, and be mobile and achieve and be into the 5%? Or can they change?
All right, let's go back in history a little bit. Let's look at the Great Pyramid at Giza. Okay, one individual said, I want to build this pyramid. It's going to be a monument to me. Then he went about, this Khufu went about mobilizing about 30,000 people to do this thing. Okay, this monument to Khufu. I would agree that for all of mankind's history, including now, there have been those who figure out, whether through influence or talents or fear or what have you, they figure out how to, with divine right of kings, which is BS, but it exists, how to use others to do things. Okay. This has been humanity's history. Now, will we be at a point one day where that won't exist? I don't think so, because everywhere in the insect kingdom, in the animal kingdom, it works off of hierarchies. It works off of the leader of the pack, the queen bee. Okay, those who have a bigger vision in mind. And so for that reason, I believe this Napoleon Hill's book, while it has been purchased and read by millions upon millions of people, there are only going to be a handful of people that are going to apply those principles consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just the way of humanity.
Yeah. So I was I had to do some manual labor this week.
Oh yeah.
I was moving my my elderly uncle. He was moving into an
How old is
assisted
he?
68, something like that. He has
How's
one
he
leg.
elderly? At 68, he's elderly. Like, is he?
Oh, he has one leg.
Oh,
Yeah, but and he has some son. He has a couple kids, and the kids like just and they're my cousins, right? So they're my family, but they're they're not all the way there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these people are very good workers.
Yeah.
But it just has me thinking, to the point of being in the 95, right? Like I would hire this kid to come work for me. Now I wouldn't have him be a supervisor. I wouldn't have him, maybe try to be president of the United States or anything like that. But this kid was good worker, right? So, and the aim of the event was, let's get this stuff moved. Let's get it into the building. And just even in that microcosm of like having an aim, this is what we're here to do. That directs where your efforts are going to go, right? That's where, because if you don't have an aim for yourself, you will just be the product of someone else's aim. I mean, that's how, most people go to work. Most people, living, the 9 to 5, just the cycles of every day. But what I think Napoleon Hill is offering, and has been offering this for over 100 years now, is that in this country, the way our system is set up, you don't have to stay in that 95%.
When did he write that book, by the way?
So so if you go back to the way he did this, right? Napoleon.
No, I mean, like when, like what year? I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, so the book was published. The Law of Success was published in 1928.
So the Roaring 20s and 30s. Do you think he was smashing on like? I mean, like, was he in like in New York City at the time, or what do you think?
Oh, he's from West Virginia.
But do you think it was in New York City?
He traveled everywhere.
Yeah, he traveled.
Yeah, it's like I wonder if he was smashing on some like nice coochie in New York City. No, I mean, like, bro, think about it, bro. So the Roaring 20s, right? What do you think, man? Like, where did he really get his inspiration from? Like, bro, like it could have been acid.
He was on an assignment, man. Come on, man. Come on. He was on an assignment.
Seriously, bro. Like, honestly, to be honest with you, bro. Like, think about it. It's a Roaring 20s, right? Smashing hoes, New York City, psychedelic drugs were new back then. Let's be honest about it. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on. He got it from somewhere, right? Like, where do you think he got like all this inspiration from, bro? Like, think about it. Like,
it wasn't really inspiration. He got it based on. He just went talked to people who were wealthy at
13,000 rich people,
and started and just basically started to compile commonalities. Traits. That was it.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick, because he wrote Think and Grow Rich in 1937, which was
the Roaring.
That was the Great Depression. So he wrote both these books at the height of economic exuberance, and then at the absolute bottom.
So Think and Grow Rich is the cliff notes of Law of Success. Just FYI, right? It's just everything in one book. If you show how thick your book is. Gimpy.
Go to big screen with Gimpy. What the fuck is that?
That's the book.
It's there you go. It's the other way around, bro. Gimpy, you gotta put. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there we go. The Law of Success. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
So
you got cat or husky hair on your cliff notes.
No, but Tyrone, man, have you observed this you've been around quite a few people. Have you observed this this definite chief aim in those people that you've been around, especially the high performing, what we would consider successful people?
Definitely. I mean, there are definitely some traits that high performing people have. And when I say high performing, I'm not necessarily restricting that to just financial. Okay.
Right.
When I say high performing, I'm talking more about people that are doing whatever it is they want to do in life. Okay. So they say, for example, Mother Teresa was not the nicest person. Okay. From a one-on-one standpoint. Was that because she was just so focused on what she saw as her goal, and she didn't have time for niceties and things like that?
Yeah.
I think you find that in a lot of individuals that are high performing across different aspects of life.
Go ahead.
Has any so I guess CT, in any, do you know any billionaires, millionaires?
Do I know any billionaires? Of course not. No, I don't. Millionaires, like poor millionaires. Yeah. Like under 10 million. Yeah, I do. I think we all do, right? Like I think we all know like under 10 millionaires, right? But what's the question?
So I was going to ask the same question. Do you see that same, or how do you see that same chief aim characteristic show up in those people?
Much of his theory comes from the first depression after World War I. Thank you so much, come from CJ. Go ahead, buddy.
No, same question.
What's the question?
In the successful people that you are aware of, do you see the principle of definite chief aim in their lives and what you've observed about them?
No, I mean, like, to be honest with you, bro, like everybody I know who's successful is ruthless. They're like sharks. Like they don't really go by. Like I get it, bro. Like like don't get me wrong. I love these books. I love all this bullshit, bro. But people who are really at the top, they're sharks. They're money hungry sharks. That's it. Like I get it. The waking up at 5 a.m. bullshit, yoga, meditating, jujitsu, all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, bro, that's all bullshit, bro. Like to be honest with you, man. I'm just gonna be honest. Like you want me to lie or what do you want me to do, bro? It's all bullshit. I mean. So I guess that's all bullshit. You know that's right. How so? Namaste. Yeah, namaste. Yeah,
I'm not talking about yoga, man. I'm talking about the principles in itself, man. Like,
bro, that's all bullshit, bro. Like to be honest with you, bro.
So let me ask you this: is there anything to you? Is there anything that governs success to you?
No, it's not, bro. It's like it's all bullshit, bro. Like, I love you to death, man. But you're a good guy. I rock with you. It's all bullshit, bro. The only thing that governs success is just doing shit and conquering. All this other stuff is bullshit, bro. Like to be honest with you, bro. Like the path to wealth is. I mean, I get it, bro. Like, oh yeah, dude, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. to work out and run. Yeah, so are a million motherfuckers doing that, bro. The path to wealth is knowing motherfuckers with money. Period. It's all money. Who do you know with money? Who do you know with wealth? That's it. That's the honest to God's truth.
So when there's so many stories in the country,
bullshit.
People coming from nothing.
They're lying. They're lying, bro. Like honestly, they're lying, bro. Like honestly, they're lying, bro. I love you to death, man. But like you're such a good guy. God damn, Trevon, you're a good guy, but they're lying to you.
What's going on? What's going on, Tony Robbins?
No, Tony Robbins is a liar, bro. Like he's
Tony Gippy Robbins right here.
He's talking to me. He's talking to me, man. I'm laughing here because from all those rich people that are sharks, he's asking you, buddy, what are their similarities? That they're sharks is his answer.
They're sharks.
Clearly. Yeah, but that means they are singularly focused because sharks can only hold one thought in their head.
They wake up at 3 a.m. They wake up at 10 a.m. They wake up at 1 p.m. It's all bullshit. Like these books that we read, it's all bullshit, bro. Like I love these. I love the idea of these books, but it's all bullshit. Like so I woke up at 3 a.m. every day to work out. Bullshit. Aren't there fat millionaires? Aren't there fat billionaires? That's bullshit. Aren't there fat people who make? Aren't there fat people with diabetes? Aren't there fat people with diabetes, bro? It's all bullshit.
Buddy, You are the one.
Aren't there
adding
fat
all the
people?
variables.
Gimpy, aren't there fat people with diabetes? Or yes or no? Exactly. It's all bullshit.
So-
all that.
Yeah.
Listen.
CT,
How to eat to live.
CT.
Think and Grow Rich. It's all bullshit. These books aren't for.
No,
That's all bullshit,
all right.
man.
Man, all right, bro. Are you good? You good?
Sorry about that. Sorry about the Tyrone. I'm sorry, man.
All right, look, waking up earlier. This is just simple mathematics. Now, of course, if you wake up and just sit there, okay, that's not going to result in anything. Average lifespan is about 74 years. Getting 8 hours of sleep is what they tell us. So basically, sleep 24 years of your life away. Yeah, if you wake up and start adding tasks, okay, that are in line with whatever purpose you have, then yeah, you're going to be able to at least get more done toward accomplishing it. Nothing guarantees success, right? But at least you are going to be able to get up and get more done if you're purposeful about it. Sure. Otherwise, in Logic, you and I talked about this today. The 8-hour sleep thing, which is an event. It comes out of the Industrial Revolution. It's not medical. It's not a medical necessity. In fact, for most of our human experience, we engaged in what was called a dual sleep, where we would go to bed. Pretty much the circadian rhythms would put us to bed when it got dark.
Yep.
And then we wake up somewhere around midnight naturally. And then we would be up for another couple of hours, talking, figuring out where the predators are to stay safe, and then go back to bed and wake up again. Circadian rhythms would wake you up when the sun came, close to when the sun came up. So yeah, the whole 8 hours of sleep thing, that's not a biological necessity. We have not observed that for most of human history.
So
can we get Chaz comment of it, like the super chat real quick? My fault, Tyrone. Voice of reason. Chaz with the.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, man. You good, CT?
I'm sorry. Do you want me to be quiet, or can I read the super chat? Do you mind? I mean, I know you're the host, but you didn't. Do you mind if I do it, or
just take a chill?
Do you mind if I do it? Can I do it real quick?
I will once I finish with Tyrone's point.
Oh, sorry. I smoked some crack earlier today. I'm sorry.
I could tell.
I smoked some crack, bro.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Golly. So
I just smoke some crack. I mean, I want
to. Here's the thing, guys. I want to inspire, right? I want to see people achieve. I want to see people win, and that's where my heart is. I believe a lot of these things lead to a level of success. And to go back to your point, soldiers, because we were talking earlier. Again, it's just this whole point about being part of someone else's, someone else's aim versus your own, right?
He wants that super chat read, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna have it read.
Yeah, but you're not reading. You got to read it now, bro. Like he sent the super chat for a reason. You got to read it now. Come on, man. Let's read it. Like, come on.
No. All right. Hold on. So, man, you killing me, CT. You killing me, bro. You killing me.
I threw him in the back to cool off.
All right. Shout out to Reason with this $10 super chat. I was talking about this with the wife today. People who are very successful have a specific mindset. However, in today's society, there are a lot more millionaires just because of the internet. But even with that, don't you have to have an aim? Don't you have to have a target? In order to achieve anything, accomplish any goal, don't you have to set a goal?
One thing about the millionaire thing, keep in mind that $1 million is not what it used to be. Back when he wrote that, $1 million was
$100 million.
That was a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm not saying it's not nice to have, But when you say, oh yeah, there's a lot more millionaires because of the internet, yeah, there are, but $1 million ain't what it used to
Goes
be.
a lot shorter.
Yeah.
I'm with Tyrone on this. You keep changing your name, so I don't know who Robert.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh my God. Yes, you need a singular aim, sir. You do. If you don't have a bullseye to hit, you'll never hit it. I mean, you might fuck the broken clocks right twice a day, but you do need a singular aim. But like again, he likes methodology that he auto suggestion is what he calls it. We call it self-actualization, right? He wants you to sit there and wake up every morning. He wants me to read this statement, read its flavor text, have you guys read it back to me read you your guys, right? The whole mastermind thing. And it's this whole, you do this thing in consortium with each other to get to these, to achieve mutually beneficial goals and whatever. But it's all about the only thing he wants is persistence. Like ultimately, if you boil it down, the word he's looking for, because he uses it eventually when he's talking about the part where it talks about how you apply the lesson, right? Like there's the end of the chapter is how you apply the lesson. It comes down to that you must be persistent towards your singular goal. And that's it. And that's the math, according to him. The reason why you have a chief aim is so you have something to be persistent to, right? That you're constantly moving towards, whether you win, whether you lose. The bullseye is always this chief aim, right? For me, it's passive revenue streams, right? Like that's what I'm trying to use this for or whatever. So again, I personally think that he's a little blowharded and into himself the way he writes this. He sounds like if I'm saying anything, right, you want the time-tested thing. The thing that makes me feel time-tested is that if I listen to a self-help guru now, he sounds like this guy from 100 years ago. Like not much has changed in the self-help field since he wrote this book. That's so far my take.
It's all in. I mean, well, I guess if a law is a law, then wouldn't you just kind of have to repeat that over and over again? Because there's nothing new that you would.
I mean, say, maybe right? That's what it is. Maybe that's it. He figured out, and everybody's just trying to repaint the house.
And look, there are organizations in this world that use these principles to create high performers. Okay, professional sports teams, militaries, especially the elite military organizations. So a lot of what you find here is a lot of what they do to take average people, in the case of a lot of the guys in the military, take average people and turn them into extraordinary people. Now, the military has an advantage because, they order, you do. All right. You don't have a choice in the matter. Reading this book is, of course, optional for you to, change things. It becomes an option. But we have seen where there are organizations and systems that have an incredible track record. Centuries, with the case of the Marines, of turning average people into extraordinary people. Now, and when I say extraordinary, around a certain task.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with the NFL, for example.
Yep. So in the book, there because this is what I felt like in my life, right? And this is really where I had to examine this week, is because I feel like I'm good at a lot of things, and just haven't really had, I guess, where those things really align for my purpose, right? So, and people just, people, if outside looking in, they say, "Hey, man, you've achieved some level of success." I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's, life isn't bad, right? But one thing that I grew up with was my parents always told me, make sure you keep good people around, always be aware of your friends. So even though I haven't had, a chief aim for myself, I've been able to experience a level of, I guess, growth and I don't know, success without really defining it for myself. So I guess the question here is it possible to have success without defining your own chief aim.
What does that mean, Giovanni?
It means if you don't have a goal, can you achieve it? If you don't have
Giovanni,
a stated goal.
I was asking Giovanni. Giovanni, what does that mean?
Okay, whatever. But
no, I mean, I literally said, I said Giovanni. Giovanni, what does that mean? Giovanni?
Just that, man. Like, I feel like I haven't had really, goals. Like, and part of it is saying a burning desire, right? I haven't had a burning desire to, really. I'm not sure of what I've had a burning desire to
I
do
call
yet.
bullshit on that.
Can we let Giovanni finish? Gimpy, can we let him
No,
finish,
he's
please?
bullshitting
Can we
you.
let him
He's
finish?
bullshitting you. No, he's saying he never had a burning desire. He's bullshitting.
Can we let him?
You.
I was actually.
Dude, you tried to run for government office with a passion. When
can we let Giovanni finish giving his burning desire? I was trying to figure out what his burning desire is. Gimpy, can we let him finish, please? Giovanni, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
So, I mean, my burning desire. I don't know. Like, I really, up until this week, I haven't really been able to define anything.
Because, can I say why?
Sure.
Me looking at you, you are operating on a different operating system. You're too nice. You gotta be greedy. You gotta be. I mean, like, dude, I'm saying greed is good, bro. Like, all that philanthropy, all that nice shit, it worked at a certain time. It doesn't work now, bro. You gotta be brutal. You gotta do it, Giovanni. I'm telling you, man. You gotta do it. That's what I do if I were you. You're contemplating your existential behavior because you're a good guy. I used to be like you, bro. You gotta manipulate your circumstances. You gotta manipulate your environment. What's up, Lena? Salute, D baby. I come from CJ Salute. You gotta. You have to be willing to do the uncomfortable thing. You don't want to do it, bro.
So based on what you've known about me, what is the uncomfortable thing I'm not willing to do,
bro? Like, you're not, like, bro. To be honest with you, bro, you're too nice.
Oh, dude, I think no, you're not willing to seize the day,
I wasn't talking, and Gimby cut me up. Hey, go ahead, Gimby.
Well, dude, because look, I agree with you.
But I was.
All right, hold on, Gimby. Let him finish. Agree with me, let him finish the thought, Gimby.
Logic, Giovanni, you're too nice, bro. You gotta be able to exploit your environment, and I think had me, I don't know. Tyrone's behavior. He's a man of a certain age. Well, Gimpy, he's from that ilk. I think that we should have exploited shit 20 years ago. I think you're too nice, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Does that make any sense or not?
In what manner am I too nice?
Well, I mean, you would look at a female, right? I know you're married. I used to be like this too, but I know you're married. You would look at a female with a kid. It's snowing outside, and take it with a kid trip. But you look at a female. It's snowing outside. You would probably want to house her in the winter. I'm at the point now. Hey, bitch, it's $40 to get in here. I give you $40 for some head. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Come on,
I
man.
think that you would. I think.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Hold on for a second. I gotta pause you right quick, CT.
I just think that you would offer her.
Can you mute CT? Can we?
I would
mute me, bro, and mute CT. All right. So listen, guys, and this is what I'm saying. First, let me tell you who we have on the panel. I mean, Tyrone is running for lieutenant governor of Maryland, right? And this is a upstanding man building a brand right here in Maryland to be the next lieutenant governor of Maryland. Me, I want to inspire people.
You can't.
No.
All
right. So listen here. Hold on. See, CT. You got to be done for today, bro, because that is this going against completely what I want to accomplish here, man. Because no, we can't do that, bro. It's one thing from having a discussion. It's another thing from to be like just, I don't know. You're not really backing up your arguments. You're just saying stuff at this point.
Javon,
are you going to?
You are trying to be something that does not exist in the real world. Human beings are animals, bro. You're not inspiring anybody with these books. Napoleon Hill, this bullshit, bro. Like, I get it, bro. Like, we've been talking about this for like 2 weeks, bro. It's good for people like us, the top 20%. And truth be told, it's really like the top 5. Can I give my opinion or not? Do you want me to be quiet or not, bro?
No, I want you to be respectful and understand we're building a brand here. That's all.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna be quiet. All right. Fuck it. All right. Okay.
All right. You can take the rest of the night off, bro. All right. All right, guys. All right. That pissed me off, right? Because look, man, I want to inspire people, and I don't care what anybody says. There are people out here that want hope, need hope, and I know my calling. I believe my calling now is to be able to be someone that can help inspire one person. If one person is inspired by anything that comes from this, I'm happy.
That is part of your definition of wealth. That is part of your definition of wealth. And that, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, if that's what you have decided as a sovereign individual you want to pursue. Now, it's just like anything else. You know, I might want to pursue, just say, you know, I might want to be in the NFL. Okay. But then as I'm going through all of the challenges associated with attaining that, I might find out one day that it's not going to happen. You know, so when we take on these goals, it is incumbent upon us to deal with transitioning to another goal if the original doesn't work out. And I'll tell you a funny story. So I wanted to be an astronaut, right? When the shuttle program was really going, right? And I actually I requested, and I was like in the 11th grade, I sent away for the application, for the astronaut application. And at that time, and I don't know if it's still the same, they sent it. Okay. They sent it. And I didn't lie to them and tell them that I was a naval aviator or anything. I said, I'm a high school student interested in becoming an astronaut. Can you send me the application? They sent it. And it was a pretty lengthy document, as you could imagine. And it said that you needed to be between, you couldn't be too short and you couldn't be too tall. And the reason for that was because the seats in the space shuttle were made for a specific height range. And guess what? I didn't make it.
You weren't in it.
Okay. I didn't make it. Okay. All right. So, you know, maybe they develop a technology that fits my build. I don't know. But hey, I wanted to be a part of that elite group of people, but circumstances dictated that that was not in the cards, and I have worked around that. So I don't have a problem. Your goal is noble. Your goal is productive. And if you can change one life, that is good. But
no, I'm not. Listen, let me be clear, because I want to pause you on that part. Is because I'm not trying to change anyone. I don't have that power to change. However, I do believe you are inspired by things that are around you. And the other part of this is that I'm going through this exact journey myself. So the other thing, I'm inviting people to do this with me, right? And if you've followed Just the Guys podcast over the past, several weeks, one thing I did was I showed that I was on a journey as far as my fitness, and I joined a fitness group and what have you. And part of it was for me to have a level of accountability within myself. So not only could I be better physically, but also try, work to be a better leader, better husband, better father, better host, better, for just the guys, all these things, better business person. And if you guys have been watching, like, this has been the transition of, the evolution rather of me going through that process. Right. And now, the focus, look, man, I just want to inspire people because there's enough crap in the world, right? We could be responding to whatever the news is telling us, and then what do? We get a dopamine hit of being angry, get a dopamine hit of being, emotionally charged, but then what? Every day we have the opportunity to wake up, do something. We still live in the greatest country in the world. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I said this last week, and I think this is important to always come back to. One of the things that, if you look at a lot of the motivational dialogue, self-help dialogue, it centers around financial improvement. And that's fine. I mean, this is a capitalist society. I'm fine with that. But I want to caution that, again, that it can't be exclusive to that, because you could accumulate a lot of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. But to what end, right? What is your I know right now, if tomorrow I woke up and there was some more zeros in my bank account, I would go find a pretty isolated tract, probably in Montana or North Dakota, okay, and disappear, okay. I want to commune with nature. That's my so money would be a conduit and to that, right? So I just think that a lot of times folk get wrapped up in, I gotta achieve this monetary goal, and because look, and young people probably won't understand this, and it's cool. I've never been materialistic, but I know people, as I'm sure we all do, who think that, oh, I can, if I just buy one more thing, I'll be fulfilled, and it really doesn't work like that.
Yep. Go ahead, jump in, Tony Gimpy Robbins. You've been quiet, man. What you over there thinking about, brother?
CT wasn't wrong about you. I don't have a problem you want to inspire people, but I don't think you seize the passion. I think it's bullshit when you say you don't know your passion. I think you dance around what it is, or taking it on head on. I think you damn well know exactly what you need to do and how to do it and whatever. And this is all these journeys and whatever, like, as someone who knows you a while at this point, I think that whether he verbalized it in a useful or productive way, he was still over the target with you, dude. You're a life of public service. That's what you want. And you avoid it now, which is fine. You come up with other ways. Inspiration is the new phrasing, but we all know who you are. You're the next president of the United States of America, man.
Bro, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Biggest difference. Like, again, I'm sorry, man. Guys like, you're friends with guys like Tyrone because that's the world you belong in. And as your friend, I'll never stop saying that. Everyone who knows you will always, like, who really knows you is always going to say that the place that you'd make the biggest impact is in actual public service. I'm sorry, man. Like, that's what you are. You're a leader, like a good, bona fide, solid, honest to guy who could do the right thing in government for us. You wouldn't cheat, you wouldn't steal, you wouldn't defraud the public. You'd be someone we could trust if you came out and told us, there's some pandemic in the world and everybody's got to do these things that you don't want to do. If you told it to us, we'd believe it. Someone we could trust you. We know you. You come from these streets.
Well, let's get people to believe. Let me say that. Let's get people to believe.
Let me just finish, please. I'll land my plane right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? Like, he may not have said it in any way that is acceptable, but he was dead center over the target, man. You have a calling, and we all know it. You're muted.
Gimpy is correct. I think one thing, and I've talked to you about this before, and it's something that we all have to be kind of mindful of is a lot of, I won't say all, but a lot of your goals revolve around the whether or not other people adopt your philosophy. Okay, like with Think and Grow Rich, for example, with the whole Napoleon Hill philosophy. You got to be careful not to, at the end of the road, feel unfulfilled because the world works in the way that it does. The system, whether we want to believe it or not, the system is bigger than all of us. And the system has a way of, my wife and I were talking in the midst of the pandemic, and we saw, how people were being manipulated and that sort of thing. And my wife made a comment that was very true and very troubling. She said, if the media engaged in a coordinated effort and told people to come down this road and burn our house down, they would. Okay, so you're up against that, up against a system that is has been in place for a long, long time, using some very, very deep psychology. So I'm just saying, be mindful of that. It's not
that's the thing. And here's the thing about the system, though, right? Is that it's using the same principles that many people can employ on their own, right? I mean, and that's why I think I want to kind of go through this in this manner, because it's not, this, we can say, even Frederick Douglass, one of my personal heroes, applied this definite chief aim principle, and one of his quotes was, "I may not be free. I'm not free in form, but I'm free in fact." Right, and in his mind, he already made up the decision he was a free man. And eventually, that was realized. And how does a former slave, get connections with get a president, right? So it's that when you're applying that idea of a chief aim, it works regardless of the arena you're in. So I'm not trying. I understand the system, and that's kind of the point of what we're saying, or at least what I'm saying and trying to expose here, is that it's not just success, like the monetary or for trying to get money or riches for yourself. This is a law that can apply in anything.
And I don't want to go down my usual physics road, but take Frederick Douglass as an example, since you brought him up. I personally do not believe that at any point when he was in the depths of slavery, that he ever imagined being able to meet the president of the United States.
Correct. Right.
I think what happens is you start to engage in some radical behavior, right? For good or for bad, because bad will give you some results too. These idiots that shot this rapper, they're finding that out. But I think that Douglass engaged in some radical behavior, escaping from slavery, and things started to happen around him as a result of behaviors he was engaged in, positive behaviors he was engaged in.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
Nah, man, I'm good. Like I'm a broken record. Like you want to do this journey because you want to find something to inspire with while inspiring yourself, right? You know who does that, right? Cool. You know what type of people do that. Leaders, like true leaders, like people are supposed to be Roman senators and shit. Like you should be in a mythological thing somewhere. Like you can say whatever you want to say, man, but like you're one of these people who are too good to be true. I want to know what your homicidal lunacy is, because you're like a genuinely nice guy. Like people like you don't really exist. That's why CT, you scramble his brain with this stuff all the time. Dude, do you go out in the world and interact with the other 80? Like, seriously, toasters. So, like, you should understand how literally fucking stupid people are. And you're sitting there and you want to be like Jesus and bring them to, yes, you do. You want to give them, yes, you do want to make a profit. You are a businessman. I'm not denying that there's always motivation for economic stimulus. We're capitalists. But you want to do it in the most helpful, useful, goddamn possible way. You would
isn't that in the book?
I didn't say it's not. I'm just pointing out that you're an ideal that people pretend to be. And like, you know, it fucks with people, man. You just witnessed it scramble someone's brain live on air. I'm just saying you did. I never seen you that mad, man. You were quiet, man. That was creepy.
Yeah, man. So that I've got longtime friends, man, and people. It's funny because people can't read my emotion because it looks the same all the time.
Dude, you're a Rottweiler. You have the same face the whole time. But like, I'm sorry.
I don't play poker, by the way.
You should. But good men don't gamble. See, that's the thing. Like, you're decent. Like, they call you like the last good man on earth and shit.
Well, maybe we can build a brand around that and inspire somebody else to be the second to last good man on earth.
I mean, that's the idea. This whole thing. Look, I did my homework. You
did, bro. You did, bro.
And I did. I even wrote the stupid shit down. I read the book. I kept notes like I'm supposed to. So I'm all in, even if I don't like that. This guy is the most pompous all I could say is the thing that has not changed in 100+ years of self-help in America is they all sound pompous in the exact same way. It's like cookie cutter shit. Self-actualize your future through persistence. So you're right. Maybe it is a law, and that's just what it is. Everybody's painting the same house with their own flair. I'm not arguing that. But like, you got to imagine, man, the song's got to change.
No, but do you think? Don't you think that's the problem, right? Because
the song does not have to change at all, because the same song. The same song has been sung for 2 centuries now. And again, I go back to what I said earlier about certain organizations. Okay, you don't get the impression that the same song is being sung because different people are coming through those systems. Okay, so they're not repeating standing on the yellow footprints at the Marine Corps Intake Center. Okay, but the same song, McDonald's been singing the same song since what, the 50s? Mm-hmm. Okay, there are systems out here that are effective.
Yeah, but McDonald's got rid of the ice cream for the shake to only put it back later. So systems change. Is my point.
I'm just pointing at McDonald's as a teenager. I could go in there tomorrow and fix a hamburger because I know that you time.
No, you're not. You're being overly literal.
No, it's a system.
Because you're missing my point. My point isn't that the law should change. It's the sales pitch. They're all selling it the same way.
Right, but to your point, okay, the Marine Corps, they're not using the M1 anymore. All right, they're using the M4. So
right,
so the ice cream machine is something that a piece of technology that came through. But
again, I'm just making the point, but that's not what I mean. My overall statement is in the self-help brain, not that the law should change, right? Mm-hmm. Like, not that the system should change, that the pitch should change. The pitch. They're still pitching the same pitch. It's the same way they're selling the system.
It's a fact.
Is it?
It is.
Is it really? Because it still only gets to 20%, right? We agree. Me and you agree that it still only picks up to 20%.
You said 20% is a hell of a lot of books sold when you're talking about.
Fair enough. I mean, if you're talking in book sales, sure, but it still only gets what it's going to get anyhow. It's like the pitch is never going to reach your audience.
Where is your Post-it note? You say that 80% are toasters. You say that.
This dude says 95.
Okay,
he
fine.
says 90.
But we're talking about what you
Napoleon Hill literally.
He's comfortable with a smaller percentage getting this than you are.
Okay. If that's how you see it, fine. I'm not going to argue.
That's how I see it. I mean, it's mathematics. You say 80.
No, I mean, like
95.
Fine, that's fine. That's fine.
But the question is not the amount, but the question is it, are you mobile? Could you go from being a 95%er to a 5%er? Or could you go from being an 80%er to a 20%er?
Definite aim or a chief aim or whatever he calls it. He says that you can always shift from the 95 to the 5. All you got to do is stop being listless, like you said in the beginning, just so you know. You need that chief aim. Right? Like I'm agreeing with what you said earlier about him, but again, he still by default believes that 95% of people will fail. Now he thinks anybody can be in the 5. The 5 is not like a closed group. At least that's what he says in chapter 2, in the sense of anybody can create a chief aim and move from the 95 to the 5 using it. But again, he immediately says that it's 95% fails, and that doesn't meet his guideline of success. He's clear on that.
You're right. But they fail because of what?
Listen, what you said, because of what you said, that they don't have an aim. I'm not like that. They don't follow the fucking system, right? I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that to prove Tyrone's point. Like I'm not against, like in Tyrone's, to agree with what he's telling me. I say 80%. This dude says 95 out of the gate, like without even hesitation. From his estimation and his study, 95% of people are failing.
So how many people do you think actually sit down, evaluate themselves, and say, this is what I would really like to do, and not just say I really would like to do it, but then say I would like to make money doing this, and just hold that idea on a regular basis? What percentage of people would you say do that activity?
Oh man, I'll let Gimpy. You say 5.
5%. I'm using the book.
Okay.
5%.
I think that's right. Let's just talk about sleep cycle. All right, we do agree, and tell me if you guys disagree with me. We do agree that if you could take more hours out of the sleep cycle and put them into productivity, that's a good thing. If you're trying to achieve a goal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just take that one element, right? So tomorrow morning I personally believe for some strange reason, most nights or most mornings, I wake up at 4 a.m. Okay, automatically. It's like between 3:58 and 4:02, like most nights. And it's very quiet. It's a very relaxing time for me. Okay. Yep. And I drift back off to sleep like 15 minutes later. All right. So if you said to me, well, you need to go get up at that time and start working, right? Have a list and just start working through stuff. Is the simple comfort of the warm bed going to trump me getting up? For most people, it will.
Yep.
For most people, it will. Okay. And then there's this element. I could be getting up at 3:30 a.m. and banging out productivity like you wouldn't believe. But if my end goal, or I'm doing all of that to open Tyrone's Rib Shack and Hair Weave Emporium, it ain't gonna. The market is not asking for that.
Can I invest in the Rib Shack Hair Weave Emporium? I like that idea. Get your hair done while you're eating down, man.
And it's Tyrone, so you know it's good.
Well, yeah, where the hair in your food is your own. But that's not.
Bring the kids.
When you're talking about money, the market wants to see value, and they will reward you for providing that value. So if I'm working on something that's not going to provide any value, I could be working like a field slave. It's just not ultimately going to amount to much.
So I was like I said, man, all of my life, I think I've been fortunate to be around great people. And maybe that's my gift, is to be able to share some of the experiences or the information that I have gotten from them with others, right? And this is why I want to inspire people, because there's a lot of people that inspire me. Today I was on a call with a guy, I forget his last name, but his first name is Tim. And he has developed a protein popcorn. Now, if you've seen, I'm not sure if you've seen, but if you go to any food store or like the GLPs and proteins and in the fitness space, these have become very popular lately, and there's a lot of people that gotten kind of on that bandwagon, right? And I'm not sure if you noticed, but the Kardashians came out with a protein popcorn as well. But this guy, and I texted the group chat earlier with this because he is founded this company to develop protein popcorn, and with that definite chief aim. And I thought when he was on the call today, I was listening with that idea of definite chief aim. He took this one thing. I'm focusing on protein popcorn. We're going to have the best protein that you can buy that is digestible in 6 minutes and not in 3 days like these other protein forms are, and actually applies to the muscles. Because a lot of the protein forms, you got to do your research, but a lot of the protein that are in some of these protein products actually don't go to benefit your muscles or to what they say they're going to benefit. But to think this man has developed a protein popcorn, just this one idea, just one product. Today, he's in Las Vegas announcing his partnership with 7-Eleven. He's already been in Walmarts in Canada and some other places. He's flying around the globe, and Frito-Lay is knocking at his door to buy this company. So I'm just thinking in terms of definite aim. This is a man, 6 kids, married, spends a lot of time with his family, consults athletes, and he said, I just want to make protein popcorn that tastes good, is good for your family, and is a good protein snack. Because everybody knows most protein products are just like, they don't taste good, man. And they're chalky, they like whatever. But I was just holding on. So when you're thinking about this principle of chief aim, like it's people are exhibiting this right now, man. So I'm rambling, but
no, I mean, and I think you see more of that now because
yes, you are. Don't let him glaze you. You were definitely rambling. Sorry.
Technology is helping us out with a lot, bringing a lot of this into. Look, Da Vinci thought, damn, it would be great if I had this craft that would rotate like a wing and fly. Okay. Basically the rudiments of the helicopter, but the technology wasn't there. Okay. To get to that point.
Yep.
So yeah, technology is helping a lot of people. And look, there's a lot more need or perceived need out here than there was 100 or even 50 years ago. I didn't know I needed a protein shake back in the 80s. Now I do, So this guy's developed a product to fulfill that need, to bring value to the market.
Yep. Yeah, so that's him.
Omaha protein.
Huh?
We have to, actually read 3 super chats we never got to because it got spicy. The voice of reason for $10.
We read that one.
Did we really? Because does that count?
No, I don't think we did. I don't think
we didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Okay. Was talking about this with the wife today. People who are very successful have specific mindset. However, in today's society, there are a lot more millionaires just because of the internet. Now, positive vibes for $2. What are you willing to risk for success, gentlemen?
Stay on that for a second. And again, I go back to my definition of success not being linked to money. Okay, so living where I ultimately want to live, that's a version of success. That's going to entail some risk. That's going to entail the risk of not being close to a hospital. Is going to entail the risk of possibly getting attacked by a grizzly bear or a wolf. When I go outside, I'm willing to risk that. Now, if you're talking about some of the risk that folk have engaged in that we've seen over the past few years that have compromised principles and led to lifetime of trauma or led to incarceration because they were deviants, like Sean Combs and Harvey Weinstein, to name a few, then I wouldn't view it as success if I achieved something and at the same time compromised my principles. To me, that would not mean success.
And nowhere in these formulas and this principle does it say compromise. It actually is very intentional on saying be a person of integrity, right?
Yes.
So what are you willing to risk? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say, like, I agree with you. Success is not the zeros in your bank account. I could be killing myself to earn I could easily make 50 grand more just from my salary job if I was willing to compete at the highest levels where I used to for 15 years in the government contracting world. I was hitting peak earnings in that world. And honestly, to have the work-life balance I have now, that I can do this YouTube thing basically every day of the week after work and not be drained or whatever, and still be earning relatively enough to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really sacrifice quality of life overall.
Yeah.
And I have a much easier existence. I work from home 100% of the time. Like, I literally can go to the gym when I want, right? Like, I'm not tied to my day or breaks, or there's no one monitoring my keystrokes. And I had to pick a lot of different choices than people in my position would have picked. I had to make choices that risk that, all sorts of things along the way to get here. But I measure success the same way Tyrone does. Like, if it was about zeros in my bank account, I'd still be going into DC every day, man, for the maximum dollars and the maximum stress. I like that all day Friday, I learned how to, with human in the loop, code an entire program through AI. Like, not even vibe coding, man, but the next level of it, right? Like the next iteration, what my company's going to do with software stuff. We got training on how to use these agents to, like, this whole new approach to using it. So you have human in the loop, but at the same token, you just need one human instead of 10 or 50. Like, literally, it comes down to just doing it by yourself and knowing. And shit that took years will take weeks, literally weeks. And only because that's how much, you refine your work. If you can do it faster, it'll take days. It's all about how quickly the one person can get the AI into the position that it needs to be. But it's amazing, right? Like, I get to see this shit up close at the cutting edge of the technology revolution. And I had to make choices to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that were risks that were like, I'm going to sacrifice X to see if I can have Y. I mean, we all have to do it, man. I don't know. That one hit home for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me go so what are you willing to risk? I think, I don't know if I would use the word risk there, but maybe sacrifice or give up would be the term I'm maybe responding to the question with. But there are a lot of, like, kind of the comfortable things that you do have to give up in order to achieve any success in anything, right? Even with me going through my physical fitness journey, like, there's certain things I don't eat anymore that I like to eat, but you have to give those things up, for, no Cheetos, man. This stuff's bad for you. There's certain things that you definitely have to give up, for success. Now, for me, like, I do want to be, financially free, in the sense that I don't have to, go to work. Now, don't get me wrong. I like what I do. My job is pretty cool. It affords me, the ability to stay home for the most part. But there are times where it dictates my life and where I wouldn't want that, right? I would like to be more, free to do the things that I want to do with my family and my friends, and, be more giving where I can. So, it's just, that's where I would say success. But, because it's, sometimes those things seem like this, it can be so far away. You hear phrases like YOLO, you only live once. So you want, like, do these things now instead of really holding on to that idea, that chief aim of what you're trying to achieve. Right. And that's why the chief aim to me is so important, is because it's a reminder. And yeah, you might go back to auto suggestion, but it's a reminder, one, of the people that you're going to associate yourself with. And two, it keeps that idea in the forefront. So you're constantly fixed on that. If you go back to chapter 1 in the mastermind, it talks about the brain almost being like an antenna. And as soon as those things that aren't your chief aim go, kind of go dormant, right? You are, retuning your antenna to attract different things that may or may not be beneficial to what you're trying to do. So the whole thing of holding on to that chief aim is to keep your brain tuned in to the object that you're trying to reach, or that goal you're trying to reach, whether it's financial, relationship, physical, spiritual, whatever that is. So that, to me, what I'm willing to risk is, to me, it has to be whatever it takes to achieve what I'm trying to accomplish, again, within reason. But, that's how I look at it. Let's go ahead and go to the next super chat. Logic, you are a magnet to good people. We appreciate that. Come through $2 super chat. Scrap and Beauty was at $5. If you are fair in business, your business will grow. And when we get later on in chapters, there are some elements to that I think contradict what we normally think about people in business. And that idea is do more than paid for, or do more than what you were asked for. And it's just good. You're just putting out good, some people say karma, some people say branding, whatever it is. I think, when you do that, you're building yourself up more than harming others. Right.
Yeah, that is certainly true. I tell you, one of the service offerings we have is Medicare Advantage. Okay, so we deal with a lot of carriers to offer that service to seniors. And there are some companies out there that do it from a factory standpoint, just churning out numbers, talking to as many people as possible, sign them up. We don't operate like that. So as you might imagine, Medicare is can be a very complex arrangement, especially for, like, if you're a senior and all your life you were a nurse, right? Then being asked to interpret this can be a heavy lift, especially when the government is like, yeah, if you don't do it right or on time, we'll fine you. So we take what others might see as an inordinate amount of time with people to get them into these arrangements and make it. The other thing is, if it's not done right, they're stuck with it for a year and it might not suit their needs.
Yeah.
So we have found that by being in a position to put the service piece first, and then usually, not always, usually that will result in a sale. But even when it hasn't, we've had people refer people to us and say they treated me fairly. Yep. They dealt with me honestly.
Yep. And that's huge, man. That goes much further than anything else, man. But yeah, man. And get it, guys. I want to inspire people. I want to hear stories. I just want to hear people talking about, yeah, man, I know this works, or I applied this week and this is what happened. So guys, make sure, if you haven't already, join the Discord. I want to hear those stories. We'll share those things on the air as we go forward. But yeah, man, to me, I think if we build a community around, just imagine what we could do building a community around following the principles, right? Like, this is just the way I think about things, is because, man, there's enough bad stuff going on out there, right? Why not come? It's a Saturday evening, y'all hanging out with us. Why not, man? Like, I'm excited for the next week. I'm excited to have some people behind me to say, hey, I want, they're encouraging me to, find my purpose, live my purpose. And not only that, like going through this experiment with us, right? We're going, because this is all me. This is going, I'm going through it. And you guys will see the journey here. But yeah, go ahead. Gibby, you had something to say?
They might have seen too much Journey today.
Oh man, that's good. That's good, man.
Real quick, as a, when you look at rules, like the guy who wrote the book, what's the guy's name? Robert Greene.
Yeah,
wrote
48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power. So he'll do this thing where he demonstrates the rule and then the opposite of it to kind of really.
Yeah.
And so I'd done a live stream yesterday on this kid, Sean Gaithright, who had everything. I mean, this kid had a mom who's an officer in the United States Marine Corps. Dad I think he was in the Air Force. Traveled throughout the world. They did right by this kid, right? But he was unable to manage his own mindset, got into the drill rap scene, and yeah, man, and then demonstrate. It's ultimately culminated in him going out thinking he was a gangster rapper, I guess, with an AR, shooting up a hotel where this rapper was, killing the rapper, okay, in the process. And if you go and you look at, he's crying real tears when they announced the verdict of guilty. And now his life, because of this mindset that he adopted, the universe is agnostic. It gave him what he wanted. Okay, now you're a gangster.
Dude, shut up. No, he gave away common sense for dollars. Literally.
Was it even for dollars, or was it just for some clout?
Okay, I'll see your clout and raise you for clicks. Okay, we'll reduce it down to clicks. Okay, he gave away common sense for clicks, and he got exactly what that gets him.
He did.
Like that's the mechanics of the universe. But before we wait, super chat. You want to read it?
I got you. Under deliver over achieve. Absolutely. Thank you, Kung Fu CJ, for the $2 super chat.
All righty.
But yeah, this kid now, they've since announced that they'll do life in prison. But the big thing all this week was the sentencing phase, where now it was a choice between life in prison or the death penalty. Okay. And they had this guy get up on the stand. The universe is giving him everything he asked for, right? So they had this guy, a warden, get up on stand. Are you guys familiar with the LaQuint Dickey speech from Django?
Oh, yes.
Okay. The warden got up on the stand and gave basically the LaQuint Dickey speech. Okay. And said, hey, this is his lawyer put this warden on the stand because they wanted to fight for the life sentence. So the lawyer was like, yeah, we need him. He's young, he's healthy, and we're gonna put him on the chain gang because we got a lot of people that are aging out, and we need him. And it is just surreal. And the kid is sitting there like with the 1,000-yard stare. This is your life now. So long story short, you have a big influence on your ultimate circumstances.
Yep. Your mindset, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Auto suggestion. I know you're about to say that because that's how he writes it, but it's what we say. We just say self-actualization now, right? Like, you understand. That's why I'm just aggravated at this. It's because it's bold phrasing for everything. Like, can we just read a Tony Robbins book?
But I mean, where did Tony Robbins get it? I mean, I don't think he was born back in the...
I'm not saying he didn't, but at least it's in modern English. I don't have to rewind my brain 100 years while I read it. And I have to be reminded that Andrew Carnegie has very specific mentalities on things in every other sentence.
Tony Robbins has credited a lot of his early work to Napoleon Hill.
But that's the other thing I think that distracts people too, and gets people, I don't know, just off course, right? you can read something that's written in black and white and say, well, I didn't like the way it was said, so I don't want to apply it. And that's why that's what feeds into the self-help guru industry, right? Is because they're like, well, I could say it better than that person, or my advice is better, when it's just the same. It's a principle. But then you have people, hold on, but then you have people, instead of applying the principles, it's like an emotional response to, I didn't like the way it was said. Now, mind you, or I just didn't like the way the words were written. The words said what they said, and if you did what was said, you'd be okay. But a lot of people will wait for someone to, I guess, say it the right way, or some shortcut way to get it. These videos get 3 million, 4 million views on YouTube, right? You see, if you go looking up success principles, all these videos are some of the top searched videos on YouTube. But it's like people don't want to follow the principles. They want like a
shortcut.
Yeah, a shortcut. And I don't know, sometimes the shortcut is, well, I'm waiting for somebody to say it the right way, or say it. Like I don't.
I mean, you
you
do have some of that. There is a component. I don't know what percentage it represents, but you do have a component that, because life be lifing sometimes, it gets you away from a point where you can actually do certain things. Like if you are a dad, you got the wife and you got 2.5 kids and you're working a 9 to 5, okay, well, guess what? You're probably not going to be able to observe the sleep cycle of Da Vinci. Okay, you're locked in. You're locked in, right? So now I'm not suggesting that there's nothing you can do, but it will take more effort than you might otherwise have to apply. Say for some 20-year-old is living in his mother's basement, like Bill Gates, and was able to do so, and did not go out and party and get drunk and get girls pregnant early and have to take on other obligations. Yeah, so there is that piece of it too. There a lot of people that want to do that, and then you see people all the time. You see people, oh yeah, I was a college dropout, had 2 kids before 18, and I just got my master's degree, So you do see that. You see people doing that all the time.
Yep. All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here, but I want everyone, again, if you're finding value, go ahead, real quick.
I want to address this comment. See, you have to be more specific with this, because as far as I know, there are 2 golden rules. There's the one that I'm sure is the one you're referencing, which is, do unto others as those want done unto themselves. But there's the actual real golden rule. And I'm sure Tyrone is going to agree when I say, he who has the gold makes the rules.
Right. There are 2. Right. You're right.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is Kung Fu CJ with the $2 super chat. Getting rich is a long, steady process.
It can be. Or it can be
overnight.
Some people say, how do they put it? You got to get rich quick, or something. Some people say that. There are various schools of thought. Warren Buffett made most of his money after 50.
Yep. Hey guys, this week is my birthday.
Oh yes, it is. You're turning 5,000.
Yeah, man. I'm getting old, man.
Shit, bro. 5,000 years on this planet. You must have seen some shit, man. Pre-Christ.
No, do you ever feel like, though, that there's a lot of things that you just already knew that are just kind of coming back to your memory?
How so? Give me an example.
Yeah, you got to be more.
Even reading through some of these things in Law of Success is like, I mean, these are things I know. It's just that I'm just not applying them. Do you ever feel like things you just like, these are things that you just know?
I mean, yes, there are things I feel like I just know, but I don't think it applies the way you're saying it.
I think what you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're saying that you're reading through this and something was articulated in a way that made you say, oh, I kind of felt that, but wasn't able to kind of put it that way, but now it clicks kind of thing.
No, no, it's like, because the laws of the universe are there, and I think anybody can really, dare I say, tap into them if you're present and aware of these things. It's just, to me, it just seems like there's just things that you just innately know if you're aware. That's the only way I can put it.
No.
I really can't explain it any deeper than that.
Alexander Graham Bell and Elijah Gray, okay, they pretty much invented the telephone at the same time. Okay, Marconi and some other guy did the radio at about the same time. There was another group of cats that did the airplane at around the same time as the Wright brothers were on Kitty Hawk. So it's like there's something out there that when humans develop to a certain point, I believe they become susceptible to, other forms of technology, mathematics, philosophy, and that sort of thing. I thought we've seen that throughout history, especially with mathematics and different types of technology.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's these things I just know, and I think when I'm reading this book, it is just kind of bringing those things back to the forefront, as something really just to hone in and focus on. But a lot of these things, it's just like, man, I know
a lot of it. Again, I'll just use the own words in the page. As he says that a lot of what you'll read, especially in the beginning of the book, should feel like something that's common sense and common knowledge. Like he says it in the book that way, A. But B, I just want to say that I have a different perspective on that type of event for getting old. I find that the thing for forever, you view yourself as like your 15-year-old self. I don't know how else to articulate it. And then one day you wake up and now you're your 500-year-old self. It's just a switch flips in your head and the perspective on it all changes. It's not like I knew this and I'm not applying it. And no, it's now that I'm revisiting this information I might have learned a long time ago. My perspective is that of a 500-year-old instead of a 15-year-old. And now that I'm looking at it from this drastically different perspective, and I haven't seen it in a long time actively in my thinking, my thought process, right? Like I haven't engaged in this reasoning, this rationale for a very long time. It's brand new now. So now you get a fresh take as if it's not tainted by what you were at 15, and now you're seeing it at 500. So it feels like, wait, I knew this, I didn't know that, but it's not. It's really just your perspective change. You stop seeing the world as a youth, and now you see it as an aged. And there's a line in your perception. Eventually, you stop seeing it as everything's in front of you, and then you start seeing it from a perspective of frame of reference.
Yeah.
When you're young, till a certain point, everybody's like that. Your mind, you can look at psychology, whatever, but like your mind hits a switch somewhere. And your perspective changes because you have enough points of reference that you no longer feel that you're chasing the new. It's more looking at what it compares to as the old. It's how your brain works. And at some point along your maturation, you just stop looking at it as a forward-thinking thing, and you look at it as a revert. Your perspective just changes because you've been around long enough. You have enough. Your brain is a reference machine, so it always looks for something to compare it to. Every new experience, it still tries to compare it to something. That's why when they tell you about drugs, and addiction is really chasing the first time you were hot, because the cellular memory is what you're chasing on every subsequent intoxicant. So again, it's same theory here. That's all. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Let me say this. LJ's comment made me think about that. I was 60 before I could see it all, and I would argue, LJ, that when you become 70, you're probably going to say, now I see even more. To me, one of the most successful people that I knew personally was my grandmother, and her success for me was defined when she was in hospice, because she made the conscious decision. My grandmother decided to come off of dialysis, but she was still sharp as a tack. Okay, and enter hospice because she said she had broke her hip, and she said, "You know what? I'm not living anymore. I'm not living. I'm just existing. So I'm going to go ahead and go into hospice." But in those final days, okay, before she lost the ability to be lucid, she was surrounded by her family, like 15 grandchildren, 4 of her 5 children, one preceded her into death, great grandchildren. And one thing she said that I will never forget, and she was 79 when she died. She said, it all went by, and she snapped her fingers like that. She said 8 decades all went by like that. So she was telling us, I know y'all want to go out here and make money, but cherish these relationships. And what she was saying was so true because of all of the people that were in the room with her in that hospice.
Dude, you might be on to something, because when you say that, the day my mom died, 3 generations of her family saw her in her hospice, right? Like her sibling, right? Like her generation, my generation, her kids' generation, her grandkids' generation, and her great grandkids' generation were all able to be and visit her on her last day. Yeah, that's crazy. That might make people like that the most successful people on earth by that metric. That's a crazy. I never thought about it because you don't think about it, but you really, that means people, if that's the metric of success, then really some people who are the poorest people on earth don't have a nickel to rub together their whole life still are more successful than most.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's crazy to think. That's wild.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Your perspective changed. A younger version of me would have listened to you and heard you and been like, that's ridiculous. We all have family, right? Like you would take it for granted, whatever. I just wouldn't see it for the value that statement actually has. But now, as an old man, that's mind blowing to think about it. My mom was more successful than like some of the most richest people on earth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, that's amazing, man. So guys, I want you to give a bit of advice on what you recommend on how people can find their chief aim. Just anything that you've maybe uncovered over the past week or so, but just or over the course of your life. What would you recommend people to do to find their chief aim in life?
I read this book by former Secretary of State Warren Christopher. The book was entitled The Stream of History. And it was called that because he had received some advice early in his, when he was about to go to college. And he asked a prominent attorney at the time, he said, how do I make my mark on the world? How do I become successful? And the response was, jump into the stream of history and swim for your life. And he said, I didn't understand it at that point, but as I, like Gimpy just alluded to, as I got older, I started to understand it better and better. And what I did was I pursued my legal career. And he said, I never was able to articulate my purpose, succinctly, but it was intuitive.
Yeah.
And he just basically said, I knew that, and as I got old, I started to understand I had jumped into the stream of history and I was swimming for my life. And it led him to all kinds of, hey, Secretary of State is what he achieved.
That is where I feel like I'm at.
Can I have a role in your cabinet of lieutenant governor? Can I be like your official Jew in your lieutenant governor cabinet?
Every team needs a Jew.
That's what I'm saying. I just occupy a seat, and that way no one can say you're anti-Semitic, right? You have a Jew on the squad.
Plenty of people know I'm not anti-Semitic.
I'm just saying it guarantees it, and that way I have a cool job. Look, I'm angling, man. I've never been this close to power in my life.
Oh man,
we got a long way to go.
So,
dude,
Tony,
dude, if you're winning. I like KJ endorsed you. It's over. It's over. Westmore doesn't stand a chance. By the way, if you don't know, our friend, the Cisco, and his running mate Ed Hale, and you should understand when you're voting for Ed Hale, you're really voting for the Cisco. That being said, was officially endorsed by co-owner and lead hostess at Poppin' Politics, KJ.
We appreciate
gives her official endorsement here. Metro Conservative Media, of course, gives its official endorsement, but that's big news, folks, out in the internet verse.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was actually I don't have the book on this shelf. I was looking for the book I just mentioned.
Gotcha. So, Tony Gippy Robbins, what's your advice to people to help find their chief aim?
Persistence. Shit, go watch the Founder movie on Netflix. He talks about it, and our boy Napoleon Hill talks about it. Ultimately, persistence is what you need. It helps you find your chief aim and achieve it.
Right on.
And the Founder, that's one of those rare instances where the movie is better than the book.
Yes. And him being a scumbag makes it worth it. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. That Ray Koch was a scumbag is a good thing. The world needed him to be a scumbag.
You're saying that because of the what he did to the McDonald brothers? Is that
no? That's business. He stole a man's wife.
That he did. Yeah.
Okay. That's the problem. Yeah. I don't care that he committed business. They were dumb to agree. Don't sell.
I had a connection to Ray Kroc.
Oh yeah.
When I was on the Salvation Army of Maryland board, this was back in like 2000. This was 2000. Ray Kroc's wife passed away, and she left the Salvation Army $1 billion.
Yes, she did.
Here was the problem. She left very specific instructions that money was only to be dedicated toward the construction of boys and girls clubs. The problem was it left no money to furnish it, to staff it, to equip it in any way. So it turned into like, it wasn't a legal battle. The lawyers understood what her intent was, but it took a long time to hammer that out because there was a point where they were like, we might not be able to accept it because we can't just build the building and not staff it. So that was, but it got ironed out, and that was my loose connection to Ray Kroc.
Gotcha. Wow. It's pretty cool.
You know what my loose connection to Ray Kroc was? A number 2 with a Coke. Just saying.
I mean, that could be taken in so many different ways, buddy.
Get your head out of the gutter. Oh my God. We're talking about McDonald's. Well, I mean, technically we're talking about McDonald's there, so it could be shit.
The McDonald's spicy chicken deluxe sandwich is very good. It's better than Popeyes.
No, man, I don't eat any of that shit anymore. Yana will kill me if I eat McDonald's.
Yeah, I haven't had any of that stuff. That's called junk food, man.
You know where we're both going to be in 100 years?
Dead.
And buried.
Yeah.
And guess what? You'll still not be hungry. And he will still be hungry.
Oh, man. All right, guys. This is week 2 of our 16-week journey, guys. I'd love for you to, join it with us. Today we were talking about definite chief aim, and chief aim is a carefully chosen, highly specific purpose that serves as the dominating thought in a person's consciousness. Guys, I encourage you this week, take some time, write your chief aim, read it every morning and night so you are holding that thought in the front of your head, your brain. And I will say, since I've started doing this, I'm starting to, just process life differently. And, everything that I do now has something to do with the chief aim. And also just join us on Discord. We're on Discord. So, share your journey. I'd love to hear, your stories and your testimonials. But if you also found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And any closing thoughts, man? Cisco, next Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, where can people find you, bro?
Soldiers of Finance. We're going to pivot on our content. We're going to back off of the rancorous politics, and we'll see how it works, man. It's not like my channel is taking a risk of losing like the 1 million views a day we get. So it's not a big risk. So join us in some exciting new content.
What's encouraging you to do that?
Well, a conversation that we had dovetailed an observation I made about, can you be more of a part of the solution? There's a lot of chatter out there. There are a lot of people complaining. And I think that for me, it's time to focus more on solutions to problems instead of just magnifying problems.
Yep.
Okay. So that's why we're making this switch to a type of content that is more solutions based.
Right on, man.
Your next Lieutenant Governor, Marylanders.
I think we're on the same page with that, brother. All right, where can people find you, Tony Gimpy Robbins? What you got going on this week, man?
Man, I have my real job. I've been basically AWOL when I'm not doing the behind the scenes stuff because I got real work. Like I said, I'm trying to stay on the cutting edge of AI and not be replaced by it.
I hear that. Yeah.
I got shit to do. But no, my closing thought is it's very, very simple. Don't be a toaster. Really, don't be the 95% Napoleon Hill thinks you are. He's dead and he's still mocking you with his shitty book. Just telling you, man. And his lousy name dropping, his poor writing style, and his inability to express himself simply. So, please, so that I can stop reading these things, the rest of you, please get successful.
So I would like, I can't wait to see what happens to Gimpy at the end of this. Because he is holding on to the principles. He is doing the work. We like to hear people say. And you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
So I'll be fascinated to see what Gimpy transforms into as a result. Let us know in the comments what you think that might be.
I might be scared of what.
Yeah, I can't get. If I become a bigger dick, I don't think I become palatable by humanity. I'm just saying, if I become a bigger asshole out of this, we're really ruined.
No, I'm getting Homelander vibes.
Oh God, I would love to be Homelander president because then they turned him into Trump.
Oh man,
I haven't watched it since the 3rd season.
Oh, dude, he became president of the United States.
Oh, don't tell me, man, because I haven't watched the.
You saw that.
You cannot. I'm sorry.
You saw that.
It is already past the part that he became president. We're in a whole nother season that other things are happening.
And you saw that. You saw the direction it was heading in by season 3.
Yeah, but I haven't caught that. I haven't got that far caught up then.
Oh, see, thank you, Scrapping Beauty. I appreciate it.
I gotta catch up on the voice. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit.
You had your own episode today.
I know. All right, yeah, I'm gonna hit up CT, see what he's doing. But yeah, again, I want to inspire people, and I want people to have hope and inspiration as a result of these. Guys, we are classic men changing the world. You guys have a great weekend. Peace. Oh, hold on. Right. One more thing. We are off next week because I have an event scheduled. So no show next Saturday, May 23rd. We'll be back on the 30th. So everyone have a great Memorial Day weekend. Go to metroconservativemedia.com and we will see you guys.
Only monkeys litter.
Only monkeys litter.
Only monkeys litter. Jesus Christ, man.
Peace.
Bring back Shane.